Welcome everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Labrita Dews, and you are here with Buying and Selling with Bree. I want to thank you all for coming to my podcast today. I might seem a little nervous, but I just want to welcome you all to my platform. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Labrita Dews. I am a realtor in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I have been in the business going on 9 years in October. I am married. I have two grandkids and a daughter. I am also retired from the military. So let me try to explain to you about the home buying process. The first thing that you want to do is when you're looking to buy a house, you want to check your credit to see where that is. And if you don't understand how to do that, find a realtor. Any realtor that will take care of you. Find a realtor to help you and guide you through the process. Tonight, not only will I be here, but we will have Demetrius Ross. She is a credit specialist of Ross Financial in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And we will also too have Felecia Johnson. She will be our first guest for today. And her name of her business is Just Lash It. She has, I think, several businesses, but tonight she will be speaking on Just Lash It and whatever else that she do. So there are a lot of parts to when you buy a house. There are a lot of moving parts. Sometimes some people don't know where they are when they buy a house. Some people don't think they can afford to buy a house until they, really sit down with a realtor and with the lender to see. There are a lot of people now with the market that we're in. Um, a lot of people are needing down payment assistance. So you do have different down payment assistance programs, but everyone doesn't qualify, and you will have to get with the realtor to that. The credit score, if the lender will tell you where you need to be in your credit score. They will also help you get to where you need to be to buy a house. They'll let you know what's wrong with your credit and what you need to do, whether it's to pay off stuff or whether it's to, some people have too much credit and some people don't have enough credit. They will let you know that. So the process to buying a house is a very long process. And one thing you do have to have when buying a house is patience. With the market that we're in today, it is definitely a seller's market. When you put a house on the market now, it is competition. It is competition out there. It is really tight in this market. But during my other podcasts, some podcasts I will have the credit specialist tonight. I will have a lender, and I will also be bringing up other guests to promote their business. When you're in business, it's always good to help, other people that are in business. They don't have to be doing the same business that I do. It's enough business to go around for everybody, and I am one to definitely have that. Do you handle VA loans? Yes, I am a veteran. I don't handle the loan personally, but yes, I do have lenders that will I can send you to do VA loans. So if anyone wants to contact me, you can call me at 817-975-9284. And you can also go to my website. For those of you who are new to this or wanting to buy a house or just learn the process of buying a house, go to my website. It's www.labritadews.com. And it will have, the buyers tab, the sellers tab. It will have information that you need. And if you want me to contact you, there should be a contact tab as well, and I will give you a call back. Or again, you can just reach me at 817 975 9284. I'm really I'm just a little nervous, but I'm really looking forward to. I love helping people, and it really makes me feel good when I see someone who has worked so hard to close on their house, that really works hard. And speaking of the question the last time about VA loans, you have FHA, you have conventional, you have USDA, and you have VA loans. Always remember, the lender is the one that determines which one that you qualify for the best. It definitely goes by your debt ratio. It definitely goes by your income. So, and only the lender can tell you what you qualify for. I'm here to guide you through the entire process, but as far as what you qualify for, that comes from the lender. Once you um, get a lender, once you find a realtor, once the lender has pre-approved you, then my job is to show you properties that are within the pre-approval range. So if you qualify for 250, we can't go over the 250. And there's a lot of parts to buying a house, but my job is to make sure that you are taken care of as the buyer. I am ready to hear all of this. I am trying to purchase my first home this year. You have come to the right place. Just give me a call. I will send you to a lender, and we can talk. But there are a couple of questions that I do ask um, people when they call me. The first thing I'm going to ask you, do you know your credit score? And if you say no, okay, then I will God let you know, hey, you need to go online and you need to pull up your credit score to see where you are. The other question I will ask you, everybody that purchases a house will need 2 years of tax returns. Sometimes the lender will ask for more. Every lender, some want two, some want three, it depending on your situation. You will need 2 years tax returns. You will need 30 to 45 days of pay stub. You will need employment information and bank statements. If you have 401k, they will need all that information to get you to the point to where you need to be pre-approved. I already have someone working on my credit since last year. How long have they been working on your credit? Has it been a couple of months? Have you seen any improvements? Miss Rhonda, have you seen any improvements on your credit? She'll answer me next year, later. But this is what I'm saying. She is actually doing the right thing. She knew that she had credit issues. She got someone to help her with her credit. Your credit score really needs to be 640 and above. There are lenders that can help you or work with you, maybe with a lower credit score, but to get a good interest rate, you really want your credit score above 640. Um, like I said, the higher the credit score, the better the interest rate, but it will also depend on the market rate too. Um, Again, that will come from the lender since December of last year. Okay, so it's been about what? This going on 4 months. Have you seen any improvements in your credit? Have your credit score been going up, Miss Rhonda? And remember this, guys. When you are working on your credit, it really depends on the person that you are using to repair your credit. Sometimes it'll take they may not start immediately, because they do have other, clients that they do help and take care of. She started in December, if they submitted some stuff to the bureaus in December, maybe probably February, maybe she should have gotten something back. You know, I that's usually 30 to 45 days from the credit bureau. And please allow extra time because it's COVID. And with COVID, some people are still probably working from home. They are probably working from home as well. Okay. December is not bad. December not bad. Can a credit repair specialist do more than you're doing on your own? I have someone tonight that Miss Demetra, if she is backstage, is Demetrius Ross from Ross Financial. She can answer that question. But when you have a credit repair specialist, of course, they know exactly what to say and what letters to send to the bureaus. Um, and then sometimes, you know, if you feel like you, as the you can send a letter yourself, but most credit specialists know the ins and the outs of what the credit bureau. Yes, on down payment assistance. Yes, there are down payment assistance programs. As far as the down payment assistance program, everybody will not qualify for the same down assistance or program. Everybody will not qualify for the same amount. So that needs to be understood, because I've had people to say, "Oh, such and such got this amount. Why didn't I get it?" Everybody's is different. The income requirements for this is you cannot make over $100,000. Now, the way things are changing, that may change, but right now, if you make over $100,000 combined income, you will not qualify for the down payment assistance. Again, there are different requirements for each down payment assistance program. Yes, yes. Yes, that's where you would get the down payment assistance, is from the lender. When you go and you apply for your loan, you need to let the lender know that you are needing help with down payment assistance. Some lenders have down payment assistance programs. All lenders don't have the same down payment assistance program, you know. So that's one thing I need to make clear too. As far as rent to own, Texas is not a state that does rent to own. Please call me about that. You can call me at 817-975-9284, and I can speak with you more about that. Are there any more questions out there? What kind of programs are there for first time? There are different type of programs for first time home buyers. Like I said, everyone qualifies different. You have go to my website, www.labritadues.com, and when you go to the buyers tab, you can see all the different, just a few of the different type of programs that are available. And again, everyone qualifies for a different program, and only the lender can let you know which one that you do qualify for. Anybody else got any more questions about anything? I just really want to say that the home buying process, it can be stressful, but if you get the right realtor to help you, it's me or somebody else, just be patient. Just have patience with the realtor, the lender, you know, just have patience. And I know it's frustrating. Like right now, so many people, first time home buyers, are putting in offers and they're losing offers, and it's just heartbreaking, you know. But don't ever give up when you buy a house. Just keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. And always ask your lender and your realtor any questions that you want. That's what you have to do. Are there any more questions to the home buying process? Again, I will be here every fourth Monday of the month, um, answering questions and, you know, talking about the home buying process. And I will always have a special guest as well, someone that's promoting their business, or maybe a lender, or maybe a home inspector, that's fine. But I see right now the lender is very, very important to have, because they are really the only ones that can answer the questions about down payment assistance program. And they will tell you the same thing. It depends on which one you qualify for. There are grants. Um, some down payments that you use will, you have to go by the interest rate for that program. Again, the lender will go over all that with you. If there's any more questions, um, I will answer them as we close to the end. But right now, let me introduce my first guest. I do have two guests for the night. Her name is Felecia Johnson, and she has a lash business called Just Lash It. Come on, Felecia. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Hi,
Welcome.
everyone. I'm Felecia. I am the owner of Just Lash It. I literally only started with Just Lashes, but it has grown. I've been in business a little over a year now, and I absolutely love doing what I do. It just brings me joy just to see the beauty that it brings out in the women, just enhance it that much more. Um, I am a single mother of three. I have three daughters, 24, 20, and 12, and one beautiful granddaughter that is a handful. But as far as like my lashes and stuff, I have several different pairs that you can choose from. I have literally, you can go from natural to Academy Award winner if you want, or whatever. They're all different, but they're all 100% Siberian mink lashes. Um, I have 14 different colors of matte lipsticks, from ranging from red, purple, green, you name it, you know. And the name of my lip collection, because I have lip glosses as well. Um, I have 6 different lip glosses, 14 different matte lipsticks. And the name of my collection is Just Lips. And I called it Just Lips because, again, it is literally just lips. You can paint your lips, have fun with it. If you don't like it, guess what? You can wipe it off. I get all the time, well, my lips won't look like yours. And my response is, as long as you have lips, they will look like mine. You got to get out of your comfort zone and try different things. So that's my thing with my business, trying to get women to step out of their comfort zone, do things that you wouldn't do. Like me, I wore green lipstick. Never in my life had I worn green lipstick, but now it's my
Oh,
absolute favorite, you know, because why? I chose to be different and step out of my comfort zone. So that's what I want to do for the women. I want to encourage each and every one of y'all to try something different. You don't know what you like until you actually try it. And, you know, with having the business, I'm doing everything that I can to expand and just grow. You know, I'm all for networking. I love collaborating with different women, and just networking. You know, it's always collaborations and not competitions when it comes to Just Lash It. So if any of you ladies, you know, that are listening are like makeup artists, or, you know, interested in doing different things with Just Lash It, you can always contact me. My phone number is 832-608-3660. And on my website is www.justlashit, JUSTLASHIT.co. That is also my Instagram name and TikToks as well. But here in the near future, in July, I'm setting a date. I'm going to start doing lash and lip parties. That's another thing. So if you are interested in hosting a lash and lip party, you can contact me and we can get something set up. I'll come, I'll set up, you know, all of my goodies and all my beauty products, and we can test and do swatches and stuff when, you know, you and your girls for a girls' night out, or whatever it is that you want to host a party for. And at the end, whatever you like, you can purchase. You know, I just want to get people together, especially in our community, just to have fun and experience things that they've never experienced. Um, just Lash It to me is something that I'm trying to go to financial freedom with. So I'm trying to do everything to build, and grow my business so that I can show, you know, my children that it can be done regardless of the situation. That's another reason why I started as well. I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning, but that's so a lot of people are afraid to start, and I'm glad I started. So glad that I started. This is the best decision I've ever made, honestly, when it comes to business. Yes, it was scary, but it's worth it. You just got to keep working. And let me tell y'all, every day I learn something new. Every single day I learn something new about how you run this, how you do that. I mean, a business is all pretty when you in, when they not behind the scenes, but it's a lot of work. But if you love what you do and you're passionate about it, you will go far and you will grow. And that's just my thing for everybody. I'm just like, my thing is just keep going. Whatever you do, don't stop. The only time you should be stopping is to see how far you come. And that's pretty much it with me and how I run just last shit and stuff or whatever. But I am working on other things. I am also a co-owner with a few of my cousins. We have our own t-shirt company as well. And then I'm also working on another line, and hopefully that'll be dropping soon. But if y'all have any questions about my business or booking a party or anything like that at the end of the podcast, when we open it up for question and answer, y'all are more than welcome to ask me, and I'll answer to the best of my ability or whatever. Because again, I'm new, but I love it. Has been a super exciting journey.
I have a question. How long have you been doing lashes, and what made you start doing this business?
I have been in business a little bit over a year. I started
Mhm,
last September. Um, and what started me doing it is because I'm tired of working for other people. I
mhm,
want to eventually just work for myself. I mean, I'm gonna have to work for someone else until I get to that point.
mhm,
But right now, having my business has allowed me to cut back, spend more time with my children and
mhm.
stuff because I am a single parent. I was at work 6 days a week. You know, I'm a waitress as well, and it takes a lot, and the toll on my body and stuff or whatever. I was like, it's just time to do something different, something that I enjoy, that I can show my kids as well. You know what I'm saying? That you can enjoy life too. You don't always have to work. I wanted to show them that there is a life outside of work. You know what I'm saying? Whether you single or whatever the case may be, you have to choose you. And that's what I started doing. I started choosing me over work, so that way I can spend the time with my family, because I can't get that time back at all. Working, working, working. That's all I was doing. But I've been able to cut back a little bit having my business. And eventually I'll be able to leave there, and you'll see just last it here, there, and there. Y'all will see Felecia Johnson on everything, and you'll be like, oh, I know her.
I saw her on the podcast. What kind of
hmm
hurdles have you faced trying to get started in the business? Have
I
you
didn't hear
faced
what you said. I'm
any
sorry.
so what kind of hurdles have you faced when you was trying to start the business?
I didn't. It was a lot. It's been a lot of hurdles. Like, even a simple, people think it's simple to have a website. It's not that simple to get your website going and stuff, whatever, because you want it to look good. You don't want it to be tacky and stuff. Like, I didn't have a website and stuff for the first 9 months because I didn't want it to be tacky. I didn't want, people to go on my site and then just, click right back off because it wasn't appealing to their eyes. And so I
Mhm,
took my time with COVID hit. It gave me a lot of time to actually sit down and do some stuff. So I did
mhm.
that. I got that started, and just trying to get a niche in your target audience.
Yes,
As far
yes.
as business, I was scared as are they gonna are they gonna purchase from me? Are they gonna, what I'm saying? Are my prices too high, or are they just right? Like, I was scared, but I didn't let that fear, deter me from keep to deter me and then stop. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I was like, you're gonna run into every single thing that you can think of, but if you quit, then they win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just kept going. I just jump over every hurdle. Like I said, if I get stuck at a hurdle, I'll stay there. And, I'll just try to connect with other people that know what they're doing or have been in that situation
Mhm.
and have them guide me, you know what I'm saying, through it. Because I had to realize that you cannot do everything by yourself in a business. If you have a
No.
team, you can do so much more.
Yes. And you also have to make sure that everybody's that's on your team is really on your team.
That's right.
And because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people are there for different reasons, just trying to see what you do so they can start the business or, but you just have to make sure that everybody on your team is for you.
That's right. Yeah, Craig, you ain't never lied with that one. Better do it on your own and starve versus killing yourself just to be hungry. That 100% right.
So let me ask you something. Your website, if people, do you have a website now? Can they purchase on the website, or is just for informational purposes about what type of lashes you have and what other type of services you provide?
Oh no, you can purchase on the website. The website is
Okay.
live and ready. It's been
Okay.
up and ready since March, so you can purchase everything on the website. If I have a product that's not on the website, when I do post about it, I will let them know it is not on the website, but you can order directly through me because I take direct orders because not everybody is tech savvy when it comes to the website. So I do
Hmm.
have that option for those or whomever, if you want to buy in person, if you're more comfortable with that, I have that option. I always have my products with me. I always have them on
Okay.
hand. So if someone wants something right away, all it takes is a compliment on my lashes or something like that, and then I engage in a conversation. And you say, "Oh, well, I want some." No, no worries. I got my stuff with me, so you don't have to wait. You know what I'm saying? I always like to give my customers, the wow factor when it comes to my business. Like, oh my God, I had one lady, she was so impressed that she didn't have to wait for shipping. She was like, oh my God, wow. That's all she kept saying. And I was like, that's how I want it to be. It's wow. Every time that you come in contact with myself, just slash it to be wow with everything, that I do. But yes, the website, you can utilize it. And like I said, anything else that's not on the website and you want to purchase, you can purchase directly through me. I mean, I literally take every form of payment. I always tell people the only excuse you got is that you don't really want it.
That's right. Do you have social media pages that they can look on as well?
Yes. My Instagram is justlashit.co, same as my website. And then on my Facebook, and I don't mean to confuse anyone, it says Felecia Stanberry on there and not Johnson. So if you're looking for me and you see Felecia Stanberry, that's me. I just don't have the Johnson on there. But I put Johnson on here just in case. Like on my business cards, it says Johnson. I know y'all, I'm sorry. Super confusing. I just haven't changed my name yet.
Oh,
So
it's
Stanberry
okay.
is my maiden name, but
Okay.
that's what I should be going by. But again, I haven't changed it on my legal stuff, so I just have to leave it at Johnson for everything else. But it's me, Felecia Stanberry on Facebook, justlasher.co on Instagram, as well as
Mhm.
TikTok.
Okay. Thank you so much. Please stay
Oh,
around.
yes.
I Demetrius Ross, I think she might have been having a little technical difficulties. She is the credit specialist. So if she doesn't come this time, guys, she will be here next time. But until then, you'll have me and Demetria. This is the type I was too, just like her, afraid to do or step out of my comfort zone. So this is my first podcast. So just bear with me a little bit, but now I'm okay. And this is not only about buying and selling with Bree. My podcast will also help promote, other businesses as well. This is how you network. This is how you teamwork. Nowadays, you have to help everybody do something, promote their business. So that's
Mm-hmm.
about me. It's from buying houses to buying lashes to credit repair. You know, it really doesn't matter who come on my podcast. If someone wants to be on my podcast, if you have a legitimate business, then I will allow you to, come and introduce your business uh, on my podcast. If Miss Demetria want to come back again, she's welcome. She's welcome. She's welcome to come back. So we might be Miss Demetria might be come. Miss Demetria Ross of Ross Financial. She is in the building. We're just trying to uh, get some things straight. There she is. There is Miss Demetrius Ross of Ross Financial.
Hello, are you able to
This
hear
is
me?
the Yes, we can hear you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the podcast.
I am not
Welcome.
able to hear myself, but you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we are live and we can hear you. And you came just in time. People will do have questions, but what I would like you
Sorry,
to do
I
is to
cannot hear.
introduce yourself, um, and let people know what you do. A lot of people will have credit questions, so um, you can go ahead and take the floor. She's still having technical difficulties, and when she comes back, we will be answering questions. But I'm going to get back to the home buying process. You know, once you find a lender, you get a realtor. Oh, okay. Are you back?
Yes, I'm sorry. So y'all can hear me. I can hear y'all.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, here is Demetrius Ross of Ross Financial. She is the credit specialist. The floor is yours, Demetrius.
Hello, everyone. Again, as Miss Labrita said, I am Demetria Ross, and I own Ross Financial Solutions, a credit restoration company. And first, I appreciate the invite. I appreciate being on the podcast tonight, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. So, Ross Financial Solutions, again, a credit restoration company, and we specialize in getting our clients prepared for home ownership and overall credit improvement, as well as focusing on lowering interest rates. So, a lot of our clients are in the program, I would say about 95% for home ownership. And I have some clients that are solely focused on refinancing their vehicles, getting a new car. And, everybody's goal is not home ownership. Some are just wanting to improve their credit overall for real estate, flipping, wholesale, things like that. Um, and like I said, just overall credit improvement. So that's what we focus on. As someone stated earlier, or they asked, was credit repair something that you can do on your own, or does credit repair companies do we do anything different than the consumer does? And that's a great question. But before we get back into that, let me just say a little bit about myself. So, I've been in the credit repair industry for about 2 years now. I'm coming up on, actually, I'm sorry, I just passed my 2 year anniversary in starting my company, Ross Financial Solutions. And I started preparing my own credit about 2016. And just like someone mentioned, it's probably something that you can do yourself. By law, we do have to let consumers know that credit repair is something that you can do yourself. Usually, I let people know definitely it's something that you can do by yourself, but it's also advised that you have some kind of guide along the way. You don't want to go challenging things on your credit and you don't know the laws behind it. You don't want to go disputing and taking things off the internet and Facebook and going credit karma, disputing things, just saying that they're not yours, because overall the burden of proof is on the credit bureaus. So if you go in and say that something isn't yours, all they have to do is pull up your name, pull up your address, match it to you, and they've proven that that account is yours. So it's a lot more to credit repair than just disputing. Like I said, I got into the industry about 2 years ago, and I am married with 3 children. And my husband has been very supportive in my journey and, you know, building, I'm sorry, building and growing my company. And one thing that I know has been very good in continuously growing my company is word of mouth and referrals. So I appreciate my clients and anybody that's letting somebody know how I've helped them along the way. So that's where that is. I actually got into the industry, like I said, because I started working on my own credit a few years ago, and I seen, I learned some things from some groups from YouTube and different ways that you can get negative items off your credit report. But I took an interest because I was able to help my husband and some family and friends. So I decided to go ahead and make it a legal business. What I didn't know is that there's a lot that credit repair specialists know that consumers may not know. You may go out and do your own research and look at all these different resources. So you may have that knowledge as well, but there's a lot more to credit repair and building up a credit profile than just disputing negative accounts. So Ms. Labrita offered me to come on her podcast. So again, I really appreciate it. What I mainly wanted to discuss is credit repair and how it is very, very important in getting you to the closing table. Because a lot of people are under the impression that your credit has to be amazing in order to get approved for a home. And that's just not true. Overall, when a client comes to me and they're interested in buying a home, as most are, I'm usually asking them where their scores are at. We're also going to do an analysis, and I'm going to have every client sign up for credit monitoring. What that does is also allow me to see where they are at. I'm able to see all three credit reports and scores in one place because in credit repair, I'm not going to depend on what Credit Karma says. And it's not that Credit Karma is wrong, it's more that those scores are Vantage scores and it also doesn't show all three bureaus. So we have clients sign up for credit monitoring, and that shows a lot more detail on each account that gives me a higher chance of getting accounts removed. So I use that along with different consumer laws and resources that I have to be able to reduce as much negative as possible on the credit reports and build positive. So because 35% of the credit report is payment history, that's a large part of what we're working on. We're trying to get off those bankruptcies, foreclosures. If you have late payments, collections, charge offs, things like that, that's what we're trying to reduce. It's not necessarily that everything has to come off because that's just not the case. It's largely going to depend on, like Ms. Labrita said earlier, your debt to income ratio. So the lender is going to look at what's on your credit report and compare it to your income. If you're at a certain debt to income ratio, they're going to try to get that down. And at that point, if you come to me as not a referral, if you just came to me on Facebook or um, wherever you see me, like a billboard or Google, wherever, I would actually start on your credit profile, look at everything. As I'm also letting you know things that I'll be working on. I'm also analyzing your credit profile so that I can let you know what you need to add to your credit profile. Because while I'm trying to get off negative, I need you to be building on the positive. One thing that's very, very important in credit repair is that while I'm working on the derogatory accounts, is that you are building on positive. Because what can happen is if you allow me to work your credit profile, if you're just solely dependent on accounts to be deleted, what can happen is if I start getting those negative accounts off and you don't have any open credit building accounts, that can probably increase your score initially, but you're going to see your scores decrease because as I'm taking off negative accounts, there's probably positive attached to those accounts as well. So if you are at the point where you don't have any open credit cards, if you don't have the needed number of installment accounts, then you're going to be considered what's a thin credit profile, a young credit profile. That means you don't have a healthy credit profile and that you don't have at least two revolving accounts, you don't have any open credit cards, or you don't have any open installment accounts. So those two things go along in credit repair where I'm trying to get off the negative and you have to be building on the positive, or you will come out thinking that credit repair didn't work. So even if you're a consumer working on your own credit, or if you're with another company, you have to be very mindful that those two things work hand in hand. You can go out and get credit cards, and then if you have too much negative on your credit reports, what will happen is you'll be denied for credit limit increases. You'll wonder why you got a secured card and it's not graduating. And you won't see the credit score increases that you're looking for because you still have a lot of negative old debt on your credit report that you didn't either pay or you didn't maybe get with the credit specialist to see what can come off. And then also on the flip side of that, if you are waiting or if you're working on your credit report yourself if you're disputing off negative accounts, maybe you're having some good luck, those things are dropping off. You're not going to be seeing those credit score increases that you may have heard about or thought you would get because you probably refuse to open up credit cards. Even if it's a secure card, that's one thing that I know that a lot of people have an issue with is that they're not willing or they're very afraid to open up credit cards. And especially if if your goal is home ownership, you can't be afraid of credit cards. Like if you say that you want to buy a house, but you're not willing to put $200 on a credit card, that doesn't really make sense because lenders and banks want to know that you can handle different types of debt. So you want to be able to handle installment accounts. You want to be able to say that you've been able to successfully manage an auto loan, a student loan, a personal loan. Those are the installment accounts that you need. And then also that you have revolving debt that's considered good debt that may change month to month and you're able to carry a low balance and things like that. So yeah, I went on and on, but yeah, that's a lot of what credit repair is overall. Just trying to get off as much negative as possible. Depending on, like I said earlier, how you come to me, how you enroll. If you're referred by a realtor, I will check to see if they have a specific lender that they do business with. If they do, overall, we're just going to start and jump on your credit profile, see what we can get off because I'm working everything all at once to see how fast we can get your results in and how quickly we can build up your credit score. The closer that we get your scores to the minimum score requirement, at least for an FHA loan, and we're able to reduce as much negative as we can, I'll send you back to your realtor so that they can have the lender pull your true FICO scores and let us know specifically what needs to come off. So I had to mention that is because a lot of people go into credit repair or they go into wanting to buy a home and they're like, oh, I need this repo off. I need all of this medical debt off. I need this, this, and this. And you really don't know what you need off of your credit report until a lender tells you what you need off your credit report.
Exactly.
So, for example, I have someone that was recently approved for their home and they still have a pretty sizable repossession on their credit report. And it's not that the repo doesn't matter, it's more that
Yeah, man.
outside of that, they have a good income and they have also, they built credit. When they jumped into our program, I let them know what needed to be added to their credit to build it up. I let them know that they needed to reduce their credit card balances, and we got some negative off. With all of that combined, they were able to qualify for their home within 4 months of enrolling into our program. Now, I can say 4 months is very, very short. So, because they jumped in, they asked questions, they did what needed to be done. We were able to get some negative off. They now are approved for their home. They're just waiting for um, they're actually still just waiting for their scores to go higher for a lower interest rate, even though they're already approved. On the other side of that, I have a client that's been with me for about 11 months. He just got approved for his house, and that's very good. Like he jumped in pretty much the same. I mentioned that because people are in credit repair or working on their own credit and they're kind of getting discouraged because they see what another client gets or what another person gets and everybody's credit profile is so different. You don't know that person's income, you don't know what's on their credit, you don't know what their open revolving and installment accounts are. That is, there's so much to a credit profile that can differ from person to person, just like your individual credit profile is different. You have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Most likely, everybody watching this that may listen in, most likely you have all three different credit scores. You have all three different balances on those credit reports. That's because not every company reports to the same credit bureau. And the whole idea of credit repair, the whole reason for credit repair is fixing errors. So TransUnion may have something for one account, and Equifax may have an entirely different thing for the same exact account. That's one reason for credit repair. We're looking for those errors and violations to see what we can get off of your credit report. So it's not necessarily that you don't owe that debt. If something does come off of your credit report, you do still owe it, you're still liable for it. But overall, it's creating a healthier credit profile and it's reducing your debt to income ratio because mortgage officers, loan officers, they don't care about your phone bill, your utility bill, your debt that may your phone bill, things like that. All the debt that really matters is what's on your credit report. And maybe if you had bank statements or things like that, where they see that you're continuously paying a debt from month to month, they may ask about that.
Okay.
But overall, it really just depends on what's on your credit report. So if we can get off some of the negative and have you build on positive, then that is what is going to be huge in getting you to the closing table.
Okay. Can I ask you a couple of questions? When someone enrolls in your program, how long does it take for you to start on their profile? And how long does it take for them to see any improvement on their credit?
Okay, good question. So, when somebody enrolls, pretty much that process looks like me sending them the link for ordering their credit reports. I'm opening up a client portal because they'll have access to a client portal 24/7, even though their credit reports are only updating every 30 days. They're going to sign an agreement, not that they're locked into a contract, but the agreement has their rights, what my company does, the pricing that's agreed upon, and things like that. I don't actually, usually, I won't start on the client's profile until at least 3 days after they sign that agreement because in
Okay.
Texas, there's a 3-day cancellation policy.
Okay.
After that, I'm immediately working on the credit profile. So sometimes I do actually get to work a little bit faster. I may send out their file within 2 days of enrollment, but usually it's about 3 to 4. I am not waiting weeks or months or anything like that just because I have a heavy client load. We're going to get straight to the process and try to get off as much as we can possibly. But overall, I'm letting everybody know that enrolls into credit repair that by law, I cannot guarantee anything. I cannot make any promises, but I'm very good at what I do. With
Okay.
that being said, most clients do get results within about 60 days.
Okay.
That I would say is about
Okay.
I would say about 90% of my clients get results within 60 days. Now, that has only changed a little bit because of the pandemic, and the credit bureaus were allowed a little bit more time in order to process disputes. So sometimes where it had been 60 days, sometimes it's 60 to 90 days. But even outside of that standard time frame that it is for most clients, sometimes it really is just going to take a while to build up a case to start getting accounts off.
Okay.
So,
We have about 5 more minutes, and then
okay.
we're going to answer some of the questions. But the other question that I have, the questions that are coming up, what about student loans and medical bills?
Okay, so student loans, I am actually working on everything, all negative accounts at once to try to get results as soon as possible. The only thing that I don't work on is positive student loans, and that's because that's usually most people's longest aged account. So if it's not a positive student loan, I'm trying to get it updated to a better status. That means I'm trying to get off the late payments or get the whole account removed. But if it is a positive student loan, meaning there are no late payments, it's not in default, I'm not touching it at all because removing that student loan can drop your credit score.
Okay. Just correct me if I'm wrong on this. I've have clients that have student loans and they're in deferment, but the lender will still take the balance of that loan and make a payment and count it towards the debt ratio. Is that true? Is that
Yes,
correct?
that's right. From my understanding, it may vary from loan to loan. I believe that's mostly with FHA. Conventional, I believe, is a little bit more strict.
Hmm.
But FHA, I believe, counts only 1% of the student loan balance as a monthly payment. So that does trip a lot of people up. But for most people, that 1% is usually good enough to allow them to not have any issues with getting approved for their home.
Okay, the average, what have you seen when things are being deleted from their credit report? What is the average increase in the credit score?
That really varies. And because that's kind of a loaded question, what I can say is I've had clients that have had 30-point increases in that 30-day time period. And I've had clients that have had, I think my highest so far is 101 points in 30 days.
Oh, wow.
So it really, really varies because those credit score increases are going to depend on what you already have on your credit reports
Mhm.
and what we can get off in that time period. But overall, usually in about 6 months, the average is usually about 80 to 100 points.
Okay, and what I really want to, which I didn't know, which I'm glad you explained that to me, is that when you delete stuff off the credit report and people are wondering why their credit score went down because you deleted the positive information that was, even though it was negative, there was still positive information with that transaction. So now I know how to answer that question to my client when they have a question.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am. That is because they need to add positive. They need to
mhm.
open up credit cards. So that's a big, big thing.
Okay, if someone wants to reach you, can you please give them the information where they can reach you at?
Yeah, so here on Facebook, my business page is Ross Financial Solutions. That's ROSS, Ross Financial Solutions. I am also on Instagram, Ross underscore Financial Solutions, and I can be reached at 469-616-3680. My website is www.rossfinancialsolutions.com. So if you have any questions about credit, if you're working on your own, if you're with another company, I am very open to answering any questions about your credit, especially if you're interested in a home buying process.
Okay, you as the credit person, I know sometimes people come to you without a realtor or anything. Do you have a lender that you work with? Because I really want to try to get him on this show as well.
Yeah, so as I let you know, I have, thank you. So I have Christopher Winston that I work with. He works with DHA Financial, DHA Loan, and I've been connected to him for a few months now. And he has been very, very helpful in giving me a lot of information about the home buying process as far
Mhm.
as getting my clients ready. So, yeah, unless you had a preferred lender. Usually, if someone enrolls with me, I'm sending them to him specifically so he can let us know what needs to come off.
Okay, okay. I really, really, really appreciate everyone. Demetra, if you want to come back next month, I would love you to come back next month because there's a lot of questions that has to be answered. Miss Felecia, if you want to come back next month, if you have any additional information or if you want to have anybody to want to be on the podcast, that's it. Buying a house and credit repair, it goes hand in hand because you can't do one without the other. And most of the time, people that are buying houses, most of people have to have credit repair, and then they come to me. So credit repair and being a buying realtor and mortgage people, we all work together as a team. Are there any questions out there anybody have, or have everybody gotten their questions answered? Okay, Miss Johnson, if you don't mind, can you give your information out one more time, please?
Absolutely. My website is
Mhm,
www.justlashit.co,
mhm.
as well as my Instagram is the justlashit.co. Facebook is Felecia Stanberry. And I forgot to mention, I do have a business page as well on Facebook. It's just Lash It, just plain without the .co on there. And if
Okay.
you want to give a call, it's my phone number is 832-608-3660. And I do offer one-on-one or group classes for you ladies that are interested in strip lashes but don't know how to put them on. I offer those. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Mitra, if you don't mind, I know you just finished speaking. Can you give them your information one more time?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm Demetria Ross, owner of Ross Financial Solutions. My website is www.rossfinancialsolutions.com. I can be reached on Facebook here, Ross Financial Solutions. That's my business page. My Instagram is Ross underscore Financial Solutions, and my mobile number is 469-616-3680.
Everyone, this was I really appreciate everybody that signed on to listen tonight. A lot of important and valuable information was put out. Again, I will be here on the fourth Monday of every month. My phone number is 817-975-9284. My website is www.labritadues.com. My Facebook business page is the KLS Realty Group. My personal page is there as well. And I have a Twitter page, Labrita Dues. I have an Instagram page, Labrita Dues. And my LinkedIn page. Everything is Labrita Dues. I really, really, really appreciate everyone here. We have about 4 more minutes. Does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask? Or do either one of y'all have anything extra that you want to put back in?
I just want to say thanks for having me, and I would love to do it again. And I won't be as nervous because I was
I
super
know.
nervous. I'm like, why am I this nervous? But I would love to come back on, and who knows, in a month I can be on a whole different level. So I will definitely come back.
Yes, that's what Miss Kesha, she does these podcasts. She's helping everybody grow their business. She's making sure, people get out there. I really appreciate her for reaching out to me because I was just nervous about it, and but I'm glad she did. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Miss Demetria, I'm asking you to come back, and I will probably have a lender on here as well, the one that she works with. Ms. Johnson, if you would like to come back too for a few and just let us keep us updated what's going on, or if you have anybody that you recommend to come on the podcast, just let me know. Just tell them to inbox me, and we will talk, and I will pass everything on to Miss Kesha. I think tonight that we got everybody, all the questions answered. Are there any more questions out there? Anybody else? I don't see. I think we got everything answered. We got about 3 more minutes left, and I just want to say again, thank you to everyone that calls. This home buying process is a tedious process. It can be very stressful, but if you have everybody with you, back with you, you can make it. And one thing I always tell my clients, you got to have patience in this process. Yes, the lender may ask for double duplicates and stuff like that, but just bear with everybody and things will be just fine. Everyone is working towards a goal, and my job as a realtor, the job of the lender, and definitely the job of the credit repair person, because she's needed before the lender and to get everything done. And the main goal is to make sure that everyone is in ready to purchase a house. That's our main goal. And I would like to say thank everyone today for coming. Mr. Mitra, I know there's more information that can be given out, and we will do that on the next month, the fourth Monday in every month. Like I said, Miss Johnson, lashes, lashes, lashes. It's a very popular thing. There are different type of lashes,
Yes.
everything. And I love to see the women with the pretty lashes on because it do make you a little different. Oh, one thing about the lashes, are you, because of COVID, are you gathering people together, or how does that work?
Yes, I do gather. If you're comfortable, I mean, of course, with the 6 feet and mask or whatever when you
Hmm.
do the classes. If you
Okay.
do one-on-one, it's still the same. I mean, I'm gonna have to be a little close to you, but I mean, I will gonna wear a mask. We're gonna practice safety for sure. That's number one. And the classes, they last an hour. But before I leave, you will be just latching it. I promise.
All right. Thank everyone for coming. It is 9 o'clock, and
That's a wrap, huh? Oh, Demetri, I did have one question before it cuts off. Where do we pull our credit report from? I'm still here. Where do we
Okay.
pull our credit report from?
So what do you normally look for?
I just figured like Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, like those, but you said those weren't as accurate. So where would we pull our
Okay,
credit
so
score from?
especially